What up, true players? It's the homie C-Rod, and today we're gonna hype up these new promotional cards and pretty much give you a rundown of what you want to pull, or pretty much give you an idea of what is possible to pull off of these promotional packs. And all these promotional packs always come with the most clutch cards, so let's get straight to it. Dimension Control the Migra, overround 4, 1 energy required, so he's kind of cost heavy for an overround card. And when he attacks, your opponent chooses to discard 1 card from their hand and send it to the warp, and then you can combo with that card on your combo play when your opponent happens to choose a battle card to warp, which I'm pretty sure your opponent will never do. So Demigra is alright, he's not the best. And then we got Burst Attack Son Gohan. Well, this guy, damn, this guy's good. He's a critical, and he draws you 2 cards when you have 4 or less cards in your hand. And on his own, he's alright, but if you're a sneaky one like Majin Buu and you Union Absorb and you absorb this Gohan, now you got a huge 30k powerful Buuhan with critical, and it'll draw you 2 cards. Man, this card is beast. Really beast. And then we got Merciful Brother of Tapion. When you play this card, if you have 4 or more energies, that's kind of cost heavy for me, 4 energies to use this guy's effect. But his effect is pretty tight. You get to bounce one of your opponent's battle cards and return it to the hand. Very good with the Tapion deck. Maybe use that flute, bounce it back, and then do it again if your opponent has that many battle cards on play. And then we got King Piccolo Demon Lord. Bond 2, when he attacks, he gains 5k boost power and gives one of your other battle cards 5k boost power. Can be useful for the Namekian deck. Maybe you want to pull that one if you're making a Namekian deck. And then we got Ribrian Transformation Complete. Somebody better call Ghostbusters, because she is turned into the Marshmallow Girl. And she has double strike, 1 energy evolve to EX evolve. And when you play this card with the evolve effect, if your leader is the Maiden Squadron, so it restricts you to playing that leader, you get to switch it to active mode and get another attack in. And when this card attacks you, you get to choose up to 2 cards from your opponent's hand and make them drop them. Very useful. If you play the engine right, your opponent's gonna lose 4 cards in their hand and then have to deal with a big old Marshmallow Girl with 30k double strike with a little bit of cards in their hand. Very useful card right there if you want to make that deck. And then we got Source of Power Son Goku. All of these right now are the tournament cards. Go to your local tournament cards. I go to turn 0. If you guys want to play with us at turn 0, check it out. And that's where we go and play our local tournaments to pull these new set cards. And this is one of the cards you could get if you manage to top 16, which is Source of Power Son Goku. Goku's lineage, calling it right now in this video. Goku's lineage is going to be one of the most broken engines in the entire set. And then what he does is when this card attacks, you may choose up to 2 cards in your life, add them to your hand. Self-Awakening, it's already good. And if you choose to add 1 or more cards to your hand, switch this card to active mode and it gains a 5k boost power for the duration of the turn. So he gets 2 attacks and Self-Awakening possibilities. You want to get that guy for sure. And then for your Jiren lovers out there, for your Jiren fans, with your Jiren decks, we got Infinite Alertness Dispo. It's going to be very necessary for the Jiren deck. He's a blocker, so he'll protect your Jiren from getting hit, so you can Self-Awaken when on your turn. And if you have 4 more energies, you reduce, battle cards that are Universe 11, you reduce the cost of this guy by 2, so he's a 2-drop, and he can always attack and restand. Very useful card for the Universe 11 deck. And then we got Dark Temptation Toa. Let's see what type of sensation she gives to us. Overround 3 for free. 3.99 is always good, right? When you play this card using Overround, if your leader is green or yellow, so it's restricted to just those leaders, you gain a 5k boost power to your leader for the turn, and your opponent chooses 1 card in their hand and places it in the drop area. I see this card very, very, very good, especially if you're running those hand destruction warping decks. Awesome card. I want to pull 4 of these for sure, hollow. And then we got, gotta have dark, you gotta have light. Supreme Kai of Light, of Time, Light's Guide. Overround 3, pretty much the same thing. You give a 5k boost power to your leader, and you draw a card. Instead of making your opponent drop 1, you draw a card. Very useful card. I wouldn't mind pulling her. And then we get to her dash packs. Those were all the tournament kit packs. Now we got the dash pack, Desperate Odds Kefla. Man, this Kefla is one of those that you really want to pull. Not only for the artwork, but for the effect. Double strike, 20k at the end of battle. So at the end of your battle phase, after this card attacks, If you have 4 or less cards in your hand, switch it to active mode. So she technically is 2 attacks, and since it's at the end of battle, you're going to be switching this girl back to active mode for another double strike, going for gain pressure, defeating the odds. Kefla is one of my favorites. And then we got Piccolo Jr. driven to fight. Very necessary for your Namekian builds out there. Why? Because he has barrier. A barrier bond is what you need and what the Namekian decks desperately need to do the bond effect. And when this card attacks with the bond too, you draw 1 card. So he's going to be a drawing monster. So you're going to want to protect that guy. And then, oh man, of course, you already know it. Ultimate Foreign Son Goku. Mastered Ultra Instinct Dash Pack. I would love to get this card. Not only is he a double strike 25k 4-drop, because his permanent effect is if you have 3 or less life, you reduce the cost of this guy by 1. So he's a 4-drop. When you play it, you KO something, and if you choose to KO a rest mode card, you draw a card. So he is so much value, and he's Goku's lineage, so he's gonna be easy to play, and he's Universe 7, so you could throw him into any deck. You could even Victory Strike in some sort of way, and then do the Victory Strike play with that guy. And then Desperate Onslaught Bardock. Man, this guy gets a super stamp of approval. I want to get this guy number 1 for me from the dash packs. Over round 5, critical, and this is the crazy thing. When this card attacks during the turn you play with Overwhelm, your opponent may not combo with battle cards in their battle area or activate blockers. So I see this guy as your opponent must negate, or else they're gonna get a double strike Champa to the face. Critical. And then, man, I think this is one of the most broken cards right now. It's Scrambling Assault on Gulten, because check this out, man. When this card attacks, you look up to the 3 cards from the top of your deck. You get to choose one of them, add it to your hand, and then place the other ones at the bottom in any order. And this is when he attacks. So your opponent is most likely gonna A, either waste a skill to pop him, or B, attack him and waste an attack on this Gulten. Very useful card, and he gives so much value if he stays alive, man. And then let's get to our championship packs. When you go to your local, when you go to the championships by official Bandai, you're gonna get a championship pack. Which one do you want to get? I'm gonna give you guys the rundown. We got Glory Obsessed, this Prince of Destruction Vegeta, when he exploded and became a monster. If your leader is red, so it's restricted to red leaders to get his full effect. You can attack active mode battle cards, and on top of that, when this card attacks a battle card, switch to active mode, gains a 10k boost power for the duration of battle. So he is a mini Jiren 3 cost Vegeta. Very useful. I wouldn't mind pulling him, especially for the Vegito decks. And then we got Trunks Hope at hand. First of all these cards are looking clean. Realistically, in real life, they're gonna look even better. I know they are. When this card evolves onto a Trunks future, you reduce the cost of it by 3, so he helps you evolve onto that big final victory sword stabbing monster, and at an easier pace. And on top of that, he's helping out the Spirit SSB Vegeta that no one ever played. So this card's good. I wouldn't want to pull him my number 1, but I wouldn't mind pulling him either. Then we got Vegito Super Warrior Reborn. 3 green energies required. You draw 2 cards, you evolve onto this guy, and you can attack with him or activate his ability, where you get to choose one Vegito with 25k power in your hand and evolve onto this card automatically. And on top of that, to use his ability, it's restricted. You gotta use the leader, the green Vegito leader that no one ever plays. So he's alright if you're a Vegito fan. And then Son Goku, he's a vanilla, he's a 30k, he's a 3-drop, that's all you gotta know, and he looks sick because he's gold. And then Bardock Fully Unleashed, he gets my super stamp of approval, because I wouldn't mind running this maybe in my side deck at a big tournament, because when you play this card using Overwhelm, choose all your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost 6 or more, and you warp them. All of them for free for just 5 energies. So who knows if the meta changes in the future, your opponent spams out a lot of big dudes, you could just overwhelm this guy and get rid of all of them. And last but not least, the secret rares that are finally being shown. Here they are. Go like the Facebook group, Facebook page of DBS Card Game. I'll link it in the description, because they always update the newest stuff. And we got the 2 secret rares right here. I'm gonna click it to make it bigger. So we got Goku Jr. I called it in one of my oldest videos where we first got announced of what the theme booster packs were gonna be, and I was like, I wonder if Goku Jr. would be the secret rare. And look at that. I don't know if they heard me or I'm pretty sure they already had it in production, but they have Goku Jr. I am a pretty, I'm a Buddhist, not a Buddhist, wizard, or I can see the future because I guess this one, I guess Goku Jr. and I'm happy I did because it looks sick. And then we got the Migra final form. Go hit that like button so we can see what these effects are. Right now, Ultimate Triple Strike, Ultimate Dark Overwhelm 7 Triple Strike. So they both have Triple Strike and they're both 40k. So those are the secret rares. Hit a like button on this video, hit a like button on the Facebook page, and make sure to go check out our website for more DBS content. And like we always say, y'all stay super.